Good afternoon, relatives. My name is Joanne Spotted Bear. I am the Director of International Native Indian Programs Incorporated. And what we're going to talk about today is Pine Ridge and the finances. Here on 8/19/2010 to Phyllis Wilcott. I do have her permission and a voucher invoice of $125 here. I'm going to show that to you. And what this is every 2 weeks, the Indian people, they get this kind of money in Pine Ridge, and it's for their home. In Phyllis's home, she has 4 people who live in her household, and she lives in Wombly, South Dakota, approximately 100 miles from Pine Ridge. And she asked me to help our Indian people to the best of my ability. So I promised her that's exactly what I'll be doing. So today we're going to talk about drugs, alcohol, suicide, poverty, and genocide, and the amount of money that is being distributed to the Indian people. And there's no jobs back home. Some of the people, they have jobs and they buy things and they're ungrateful. First it's freedom, then it's money, and then it's things, and nobody's ever seems happy here in the United States. Whereas these people right here, all they wanted was a place to stay, good education, and a little bit of help to help their children. And so now we're going to talk about grandmothers and grandfathers, Vietnam veterans and the unborn. There's some grandfathers who live in trailer homes that don't have water or inside bathrooms on the Pine Ridge Rosebud Indian Reservation, Lower Brule. And these people, they need help. Winter months, for the last 35 years or more, they didn't have propane. And every year there are people asking for money, and the money don't get to where it's going. Last year there was $56,000 that went to the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and it did not make it to the people. There's only 9 districts and $4,000 that went to each district, and there was $20,000 left over, and that was supposed to be put into a fund for a rainy day. But we all know our tribe likes to steal and take money that don't belong to them, that belongs to the people. So what I'm going to ask you this year is to please let's get some people out there to sponsor some families, so you know where your money's going, and so that the propane can be to those families or to those children who go to school from home. Pine Ridge does have a boarding school, and they don't hold all the reservations. So there's Kyle, Little Moon, there's Red Cloud Indian School, and there's Pine Ridge High School Elementary. And Pine Ridge is the only one with a boarding school. Those other 2 schools don't have any kind of boarding school, so the children have to go to school from home. There's also 44,000 Indians in Pine Ridge. And yes, they do need that little extra help, so that's what I'm after. And I'm wondering why local, state, and federal government does not investigate this. And where is the FBI and all this when Teresa Tubals is getting away with millions and millions of dollars? There are homes that are do have black mold, and some of the homes, they're broken windows, lice, bed bugs, cockroaches, you name it, in some of these homes. And they're not being sprayed or taken care of properly. And I'm wondering what the heck is the tribe doing with all that money. And they're talking about white clay and alcohol is a big problem. Yet they don't want to take that road out of white clay. And the trailer homes that FEMA has sent into Pine Ridge were being sold for $3,000, and the tribal officials were buying them for $500. And there are trailer homes coming in from Texas that are being sold for $8,000 my question is to one of the grandmothers this morning is, how can somebody who lives on $125 a month possibly buy a trailer home? How can you possibly buy an $8,000 trailer home with only $125 every 2 weeks, and to feed your family? Not to mention the prices are outrageous in Pine Ridge. And this is not just Pine Ridge, this is a lot of reservations here in Nevada. When I started this program, there was 21 tribes here in Nevada, and in 1 year's time that dropped to 19, and that was because 2 tribes are too small to be recognized, so they had to combine with bigger tribes. Who's the government to tell the Native Indian people just what to do on Indian land? And on top of that, America is named after a man. America is not a country, therefore it's taken by trickery. They tricked us Indians through wars, guns, and intimidation of one man's lies. Christopher Columbus is a ship, and Christopher is meaning of keep the Papa Bull quiet, and so therefore it leads to the treaties of 1743, sorry, 1743. The first treaty was signed here in the United States. That means that because they failed to abide by the treaties, and the treaties are all broken, that's illegal business inside the Great Red Nation that they're conducting business. So those of you who bought land here, the government lied to you too. Sorry to tell you that. And as for Lydia Whitecalf and Kevin Arnett, they had no business using the Indian name nor the Lakota name. I did call 7 tribes in South Dakota, and none of them heard of Lydia Whitecalf or Kevin Arnett. Lydia Whitecalf, Herschel, or Kevin Arnett, or history, hidden from history. So they used the name to go to United Kingdom and do a rally, and they never notified all 564 plus tribes inside the Great Red Nation, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, or Micronesia. They did this all on their own so they could gain money. So I asked to strongly do not support them at all. Oh, thank you.